What you looking at? What you looking at, TV woman? So I see you are looking for a tier list into a tower defense. Well, no worries, I got you. So let's start off with making the tier list. So I have this tier list right over here that I just made, and we're gonna start off by rating all of the units. So we're just gonna go right over here. As you can see, I have all of the icons for every single unit in the game. We're gonna start off by rating the camera attack helicopter. Now, in my personal opinion, this unit is alright, to be honest. It's not too good, but it's at the same time not too bad. It can be OP, but at the same time it's not really OP. Now, the next one we're gonna move on to is the camera helicopter. Now this, if you're a noob and you got this, very good. It is also another alright unit, but I would place it slightly above, you know, slightly in the middle. Maybe I might even put it over here because it's really good in some situations. But at the same time, might as well just place it over here. And this one, I'll just put it over here. The camera helicopter is just alright. Now the next one will be the camera repair drone. Now this is basically an alternative to the medic. This one can heal a lot faster than a medic, but at the same time, it can also heal a lot slower than a medic. So the way this works is, you place it down, it charges up, meanwhile the units are not stunned. And then once a unit gets stunned multiple times, it instantly revives them really quickly. Now it is a good thing for insta healing, but a bad thing once it runs out. And you can only place down one of this, so this sucks compared to the medic. So I don't know if this is gonna be a good tier. Maybe this is gonna go over here instead. I'm not so sure. Maybe I'll place it somewhere else instead. Now the next unit we're gonna be talking about is the camera spider. Hey, I know you're not subscribed, and that goes to a lot of my viewers. That goes to thousands of you guys. And if all of you guys subscribe at the same time, you will get me to like 80,000 subscribers or even 90,000. So go ahead and subscribe right now, as I will do a big reveal if you can subscribe and get me to 100k subscribers by the end of November. And now let's get back into the video. As you can see, the camera spider is pretty OP, but at the same time it is pretty expensive, costing 10,600 cash to upgrade it and max it out, which is pretty insane. It can do about 9,000 DPS, which is pretty good. But the problem is, this is not as good as other units. Let's talk about the jetpack cameraman. Let's compare it to the jetpack cameraman, for example. So as you can see over here, the jetpack cameraman can do 10,000 damage per second, but for literally half the price. Well, not really half the price, but you know what I mean. It's a lot cheaper to do this. It's a lot cheaper to upgrade this. But the only good thing about the camera spider is, well, the range. The range is insane. Like, look at that. 50 walk radius, 30 attack radius. It is super good. But that's the only thing it is good for. Other than that, it's not really that useful, and its demand is not even that good when trading. It goes for typically around 1 to 2 legendaries or something. I'm not so sure, maybe around that. So I'm gonna be putting the camera spider in, once again, the alright tier. There's so many camera stuff over here that's going in the alright tier. I'm not so sure why. Maybe because cameras are the most common in the game. And the next one is another camera. So this guy, you know, it's just no. It's just no. Like no, I'm not gonna use this. Like why would I use this? And the next one's the cameraman. Yeah, you already know this answer. Unless if it is signed by me, then yes, it will be a god tier woman. Anyways, we're just gonna put this back over here. And the next one will be the car speakerman. Now for the car speakerman, well, it is pretty obvious. It's another hell nah tier. So we're just gonna move it right over here because, you know, it's just not good, dude. It sucks. And the next one will be the corrupted cameraman. The corrupted cameraman is super OP, mainly because of its range and DPS. The DPS is super insane, but at the same time, it is, well, really expensive to upgrade this. And at the same time, it doesn't have AoEs, so, you know, it makes it a really good unit, but at the same time, it's not really that good. So, for me, in my personal opinion, I'd say that this is in between god tier and good tier. So, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in good tier for now. Just for now. Maybe I'll change my mind later on. Now, the next one will be the dancing speakermen. Now, this unit is pretty alright. You know, it's not that good. I don't see how this can be useful unless if you're not using a medic. So, this one, in my opinion, it's just a meh or a hell nah because the attack range for the dancing speakerwoman is so bad. So, you know what? I'm just gonna put it as a meh because it's a legendary and it can deflect rockets, which is pretty good, but it's not really a good legendary. Now, the surveillance camera woman. This one over here, in my opinion, is another meh, you know, but at the same time, it can also be a hell nah because it is pretty good, but at the same time, it is pretty bad. It is good in range, but it's really, really bad. It's just bad. And the next one will be the dark speakerman. Now, in my opinion, the dark speakerman is something that is good, you know, it's pretty good if you want to use this in nightmare mode, but at the same time, the ninja is just a lot better. matter. We're just gonna put this in God tier for now because it just looks weird putting this next to a dark speakerman. And now the engineer cameraman, you know where this is gonna go. This is pretty much a very OP unit. And the next thing we have is a glitch cameraman. This thing is super good, mainly because it is very cheap compared to other mythicals, but the only problem is its DPS is not as high as other mythics, and it does not have AoE. And now the next one will be the jetpack cameraman. Oh boy, this is like my favorite one, dude. This is like really good. If you want something that replaces a mythic, this is the one that you need. This is going in God tier for an exclusive, because like for an exclusive, this is super OP. And now the jetpack speakerman, basically the alternative to the jetpack cameraman. Now I'd say this is an okay unit. It's not too good and not too bad at the same time. It's good if you don't have a jetpack cameraman, if you're too broke to get a jetpack cameraman. So yeah, I'd suggest getting this if you're a noob in the game, but if you are not going to be a noob anymore, then just get the jetpack cameraman instead. And now it is time for the large cameraman. Now just saying, the large cameraman is actually a pretty good alternative to a dark speakerman if you're a noob. If you're a pro, don't even bother using this because this is not something you would want to use. And the next one will be a large scientist cameraman. I have no idea why this exists. The only purpose this exists is to heal your base if it gets affected, which you can only place down one, which is already really bad. Like this can't even do much. And this thing is like barely even worth a legendary, I think. Is this even worth a legendary? I'm not even sure. And the next one we'll be going for is the large speakerman. Now this is another meh unit. It's actually pretty alright if you're a noob. I suggest you use this if you're a noob, but you know, it's alright, I guess. Large TV man, I've never even used this much. So I think it is another meh unit, but at the same time another hell no unit, because this thing is super expensive and are noobs even able to afford to upgrade this? I'm not so sure. So this one for me is a meh, but at the same time it could be a hell nah, because like, why would you want to go for this? Just get something with higher DPS. And now the next one, the laser cameraman card. This thing is another god tier, or maybe it's somewhere in between good tier and god tier, because like this is super good. It's like the best legendary. It is tied between the mech, because this and the mech cameraman is just so good. Speaking of the mech cameraman, here is the mech cameraman. This thing is another god tier because it's just really good. Like the range for both of these are super good, but at the same time the mech can slow down enemies, which is insane. And now the medic, easy god tier. This thing is just a god tier because like bro, this is like the best epic in the game, dude. It can heal all of your units when you want to. Monster speakerman, this thing is pretty OP. I would not say it's the best, but I would just say it is alright. But if you're a noob, I think it's a good, you know, I think it's good if you're a noob. So I'm just gonna place this down over here. Now, as you can see, the tier list is getting a little bit out of space, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to move to like a bigger, this to like a bigger canvas, so just give me a sec. And perfect, I just moved everything into a bigger tier list with like even more space. I still don't think it's enough space though, so you might have to make it even bigger again. Not so sure yet though. Ninja cameraman, you are pretty good as a starter. You are pretty good, so we're just gonna put you right over here. And the next one will be the pumpkin farmer. This is another really good one. We're gonna put this like over here, another god tier unit, because like you definitely need this if you're going to go for abysmal or nightmare. It's gonna be super useful. Rocket cameraman, in my opinion, it's alright, you know. It's just a meh because it's an epic, you know, but for noobs I guess it is pretty useful, so we're just gonna put it over there. Scary speakerman, this thing is super OP. We're gonna put it over here because this is basically a legendary, but for some reason it is a common. No idea why. And the scientist cameraman, okay, this is another god tier, bro. We are getting so many god tiers. This is crazy. Scientist cameraman is basically pumpkin farmer but more expensive and more money, so it is really good, but at the same time you're gonna need to upgrade your pumpkin farmer first, then go for the scientist cameraman. Scientist TV man, however, this one is a Robux unit and I'm not so sure if it's even worth it. Like this thing is around the same tier as the camera helicopter for now, but maybe later on they might buff it even more so it'll go up here. So we're not so sure yet for now, but we're just gonna put this as alright because for now it is pretty much the same tier as the camera helicopter. Secret agent, I'm not so sure about this. I'm not so sure about the secret agent. You're pretty much never ever gonna use this, but at the same time if you're trading, nobody really wants this. So we're just gonna put this in the hell nah place. You're only gonna use this for emergencies anyway, so unless if you know what you're doing, you're not gonna need it. Sinister Cameraman, bro, how many units are in this game? Sinister Cameraman, this thing is pretty good. We're gonna put in the good tier. The only problem I have with it, like, it is too expensive. Like, this is the most powerful legendary in the game. You know what? I might put it up over here though. Just give me a sec. I need even more space, bro. How many units are there? Alright, I just made my tier list even bigger. I might have to expand this even more. I'm not so sure. I'll think about it. But let's go to the next unit, the speaker helicopter. Now this unit is pretty good if you're a starter. It's pretty much just like a scary speakerman, but it can't attack. It can only do AoE. So I'll put this in the mid tier, but at the same time I want to put this in the alright tier, because if you're a noob, this is pretty OP. At the same time, it feels a bit weird to put this next to a scientist TV man, so you know what, I'm just gonna put it as meh. And now the next one is the speaker spider. Like bro, this thing is in my opinion, it is just nah. You know, it's good, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna use this anyway, so we're just gonna put this over here. It is a unit that you just have in your inventory for no reason. And now the next one will be the speakerman. Dude, this thing is the best unit. Like bro, I swear, dude, this thing can solo Abysmal and Nightmare. So I'm just gonna put it over here. No, just kidding. I'm gonna put this here. Like why the hell will you need that? And now the next one will be the Titan Cameraman. Now this unit, in my opinion, is pretty good. Like, it is pretty good if you're a noob. It is the cheapest Titan out of all. And the Sinister, we're gonna put the Sinister over here because it's pretty much a mythic, but it's a legendary on steroids basically. Now the Titan Silverman, this thing is super OP, but I have one big problem with it. For some reason, this thing can't attack glasses toilets. Like bro, you're telling me this has speakers but it can't attack glasses toilets? They will definitely need to fix that at some point. So for now, I'm just gonna put it over here. This mythic pretty much has like the worst demand, so not so sure about it. And now the next one will be the Titan Speakerman. Now this thing is just alright. This is not the upgraded version. The upgraded version is definitely another god tier. And now the next one will be the Titan TV Man. This thing is pretty good. We're gonna put it in the alright tier, or maybe the good tier. We're not so sure. I'm not so sure. You know what? I'm just gonna put it here. I'm just gonna put it in between, or maybe here. Yeah, I'll just put it over here. And now the next one will be the TV Man. This is definitely the best unit. No, I'm kidding. This unit sucks. And the next one will be the Spider TV. This is another god tier. Like bro, you can't tell me this isn't a god tier. This is definitely a god tier. Dude, don't tell me we're running out of space. What the heck is this? This tier list is too big. And now the next one will be TV Woman. Bro, if I were to put this above god tier, I definitely would. So I'm just gonna put it over here because I think it's above god tier. No, I'm kidding. This thing is just a meh. Like you know, I have this in my inventory, but we don't even know what to do with this. This pretty much is just not gonna be used in your inventory. And now the next one will be the upgraded Titan Cameraman, the upgraded Titan Speakman. Both of these definitely a god tier. So we're just gonna put this here, and we're just gonna put this I don't know where to put it, but you get what I mean. Both of them are god tier, so I'm just gonna put it right here. So this is my tier list on all of the units in Total Tower Defense. And personally, I think it's a good tier list. But for now, the Scientist TV Man is just alright. Maybe it will be a good one very soon. We're not so sure yet. It definitely needs a buff. So if you guys agree with my tier list, comment down below. And if you don't agree with it, comment down below as well. I would like to hear your thoughts on the tier list. And also, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like and watch this video over here, because I'm sure you will like this video.